Soul, SimsVille, and the greater Sim Nation. I'm your humble host, Jeffery Crumplebottom, reporting to you from the lively city of San Myshuno. The sky is... well, I can't exactly see the sky through the morning smog, but judging by how unusually dark it is for this time of day, I'm confident it's overcast. Snow has piled high on the streets below, leaving the roadways slushy and the sidewalks hazardous. In fact, I can just make out the snow family that Bruno Handy's children and I built last weekend still standing tall on the sidewalk below. A small victory I'm grateful for, especially since I don't intend to step outside anytime soon. Ah, do you hear that wonderful sound? That would be my new neighbors, the Smith family, busy redecorating the apartment formerly occupied by Shannon Desperate, who was definitely not abducted by aliens. For those who missed this month's SimsVille Sentinel, or for anyone who may need a refresher, I'd like to clarify that I was mistaken in last month's broadcast. What I witnessed was not an alien abduction. In fact, the secret government agency, which most certainly does not operate out of 2 Sim Lane, has assured me that aliens do not exist. In their exact words, "Nuh-uh, no way, no ways, no whys." After speaking with my landlord, I was informed that the entire incident was merely a figment of my imagination, reportedly caused by a gas leak in the building, a leak I apparently shared with several tenants and an alarming number of passerby. I was also asked, politely but firmly, to pass along the following message from the same very real, very official agency. If you think you saw something, you didn't, so stop asking. And with that reassurance in place, we have an exciting episode in store for you today. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.
Hey you! Yes, you! Are you ready to transform your living room into a modern marvel? Introducing the incredible 36-inch hi-fi Plasmondo TV from Landgraab Industries. Imagine crystal clear picture quality that'll have your friends and family gathering around for unforgettable entertainment. With outstanding resolution that makes every moving picture pop, you'll feel like a cinema aficionado right in the comfort of your home. Picture this, you and your loved ones curled up, popcorn in hand, diving into thrilling movies and delightful shows. You won't just be a spectator, you'll be part of the action. So why wait? The fabulous age of home entertainment is here, and that big screen experience is just a purchase away. Don't let this golden opportunity pass you by. Grab your very own 36-inch hi-fi Plasmondo TV today. Make every night a movie night with Landgraab Industries, where we grab your simoleons and your heart.
And now for our top story. SimsVille residents, are you tired of cooking every single night? Do you come home after a long day of work and stare at your refrigerator, hoping dinner might magically appear? Well, good news. Those days of culinary despair may finally be behind us. I'm pleased to announce that Zoomers Food Delivery has officially arrived in SimsVille. Zoomers is a fast-growing online food ordering and delivery service that allows Sims to browse menus from local restaurants and have meals delivered directly to their doorstep, whether that doorstep belongs to your home, your workplace, or that one park bench where you go to just think. Until now, SimsVille residents had a handful of reliable options for dinner: cooking at home, going to a sit-down restaurant or a fast food chain, going to one of the many food stands scattered throughout Sim Nation, or ordering from the same 3 pizza places that somehow all taste exactly the same. Zoomers promises to expand those horizons, bringing everything from burgers and burritos to experimental fusion cuisine straight to your front door, no stove required. To learn more about how this new service is impacting our community, I spoke with local Zoomers delivery driver Flatbroke. Yes, that is his legal name, who says that the job has been a surprisingly positive experience. Flat reports that he enjoys the flexibility of the work, appreciates being able to set his own hours, and describes the pay as, and I quote, "decent enough that I no longer panic whenever I check my balance." He also shared a particularly memorable delivery from New Year's Eve when he was dispatched to the lavish residence of local socialites Mimi and Dudley Landgraab. According to Flat, not only did the Landgraabs tip very generously, they invited him inside to join the celebration, an invitation he accepted without hesitation. In his own words, "Boy, this younger generation sure knows how to party." Flat declined to elaborate further, citing confetti-related confidentiality. Zoomers representatives assure residents that all drivers are background checked, mildly enthusiastic, and fully trained in the delicate art of placing food directly in front of doors that open outward. So if you're feeling flat broke, SimsVille, fear not. Help may be just a tap away, and remember, tip your drivers. They know where you live. And now, on a more somber note, I regret to share a tragic announcement that strikes close to home. The Crumplebottom clan has lost another member. My cousin, Sherman Crumplebottom, a renowned robotics engineer, passed away earlier this week while doing the thing he loved most, tinkering. According to the official report, Sherman has been working late into the night at Gigantor Computing Networks, where he was employed as a senior systems engineer. Exhausted, sleep-deprived, and fueled by determination rather than good judgment, he remained after hours to continue work on a personal project, a prototype gardener bot designed to tend plants, water flowers, and gently care for gardens without complaint. Tragically, during the late-night test, the device was powered on prematurely. Sherman was electrocuted at the workbench. Authorities have confirmed the incident was accidental. While the gardener bot was not part of his assigned duties, robotics was Sherman's true passion, one he pursued with tireless curiosity, quiet pride, and a complete disregard for safety labels. In recognition to his contributions in the field, the local university has announced that a new department dedicated to robotics and applied automation will be named in his honor. A fitting tribute to a man who believed machines could make life gentler, even if they ultimately did not make it gentler for him. Sherman Crumplebottom is survived by his wife, Agatha Crumplebottom, who has asked for privacy during this difficult time and has reportedly requested that all household electronics be unplugged indefinitely. Services will be held in Bittville later this week. I will be chauffeuring my mother, cousin Agnes, and cousin Cornelia to the service in my aging jalopy, a vehicle that, much like Sherman's inventions, continue to operate in defiance of common sense. Our thoughts remain with Agatha and with all those who loved Sherman. May he rest peacefully, and may his circuits never short again.
Hey there, boys and girls. It's me, Sonny, your favorite tragic hamburger clown. You might be asking yourself, Sonny, who knows where good food can be found? Well, I do, even if nobody asks me anything anymore. At Clown Burger, we've got everything you want. Hamburgers, shakes, fries, even fish tacos and gummy bear hotcakes. Yes, those are real. And right now, when you come on down to your local Clown Burger, you can reach into our toy barrel and pull out a free gift. That's right, because we're proud, and I do mean emotionally invested, to be partnering with SpongeBob SquarePants. He lives in the ocean. He has friends. He laughs a lot. Good for him. So bring the whole family. Sit together, eat together, even if you don't really talk anymore. At Clown Burger, the food is warm, the toys are fun, and I'll be right here smiling, whether you look at me or not. Clown Burger is a proud subsidiary of Landgraab Industries.
Welcome back, listeners, and to anyone currently monitoring us from orbit. This segment concerns what experts are calling a controlled aesthetic landing. Yes, that's right, Juno Birch has arrived. In collaboration with Shirley Sims and Ice Cream for Breakfast, the alien queen herself has delivered a Create-A-Sim and Build-By collection so camp, so polished, and so intergalactically glamorous that several Sims reportedly began contouring spontaneously. As a longtime admirer of Miss Birch's terrestrial and non-terrestrial activities, I approached this collection cautiously. I am pleased to report it's stunning, it's dangerous, it's emotionally destabilizing in the best possible way. Let's begin with the Build-By items brought to us by Shirley Sims. The clock lobster, yes, the lobster. It's animated, it ticks, it moves, it observes. In fact, I haven't felt this judged by crustaceans since the Landgraab Gala of 2009. And the pineapple ice bucket opens and closes in live mode as though aware it's being watched. Decorative? Yes. Necessary? Also yes, because nothing says casual alien cocktail hour like a pineapple with intentions. And now, a public advisory message. The tiki bar is high poly, stunningly round, excessively beautiful. Shirley Sims assures us that they are not attempting to set your PC on fire, but if your computer begins wheezing, understand that it has simply glimpsed greatness. And now, we ascend to the Create-A-Sim items by Ice Cream for Breakfast, starting with the alien glam hair. Rollers piled high, unapologetic volume, feels like preparing for a planetary invasion while running fashionably late. And then there's the incognito hair. hair, Juno attempting to appear as a normal human, which is to say, still devastatingly extraterrestrial. And the gowns. The attack of the stunning gown is a loving homage to alien couture, shimmering, sequined, and radiating. I have arrived, and I will not be returning your calls. And then we have the Caitlyn dress, the Kristen and Aaron outfits, delivering bishop sleeves, dramatic collars, silhouettes that declare, I'm not from this world, but I own property here. And then of course we need accessories like the Attack of the Stunning boots, the Vivian heels, the stunning sunglasses, and the cyber slut ear stretchers, which complete the transformation. And the makeup, sickening. Brows, eyes, lips, highlights. It would have been rude not to include it, and rudeness has been expertly avoided. Ice cream for breakfast also delivered some build-buy items, like converting some of Juno's real-life artwork to the catalog, each piece exploring alienhood and the trans experience with humor and heart. These pieces feel like genuine gallery installations, the sort neighbors will covet but never own, with the possible exception of Sylvia Marie Meshuggah. She absolutely would. The Judith Louise doll is unsettling, the Joy Desperate Be Gone sign is a public necessity, and the Juno in the Moon neon light answers a question none of us knew to ask. Why isn't this already in my living room? In summary, this collection is camp, intentional, meticulously crafted, and clearly made by creators who adore Juno Birch as much as the rest of us. It does not merely add items to your game, it adds presence. And if you require proof of Juno's otherworldly benevolence, SimsVille has intercepted a Christmas message from her orbit, which will be linked in the show notes. I strongly recommend viewing it for morale and for science. Welcome back, listeners. I'm pleased as a punch to announce that I had the opportunity to meet the Smith family, my new neighbors, and boy do they seem like some pleasant, if not slightly curious people. The first member of the household that I bumped into in the hallway was the lady of the house, Jenny Smith, who graciously agreed to a brief interview. Mrs. Smith shared that the family is originally from Strangerville, but after the birth of their son Johnny, a wide-eyed, inquisitive child with a rather curious green pallor, she felt it was finally time to continue her education at Sim State University. Jenny informed me she intends to pursue a career as a registered nurse upon graduation, an admirable goal if I do say so myself. We certainly need more capable individuals in the medical field, and from first impressions, Mrs. Smith fits the bill quite nicely. Then I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Smith, whose first name I unfortunately did not catch, primarily because of his curious dialect, one I did not recognize, and what appeared to be a slight language barrier. Each time I asked him for his name or precisely where he hailed from, he would politely redirect the conversation towards entirely unrelated topics, such as soil composition, atmospheric density, or the efficiency of urban street lamp energy distribution. I also found it fascinating that despite the snow, Mr. Smith appeared perfectly comfortable in what I've come to understand is his signature ensemble, a Hawaiian shirt, khaki shorts, and socks paired confidently with sandals. When I gently inquired whether he was cold, he simply smiled and said he found Earth's winters refreshingly mild. He expressed great enthusiasm about exploring more of Sim Nation and exposing Johnny to the cultural vibrancy of city life, before, as he phrased it, returning to a more isolated observation setting. In other news, it would appear that the chic street apartments include amenities not previously disclosed in the lease agreement, specifically a cat. I discovered him seated regally beside the radiator in the hallway on my second evening here, staring at me as though I had intruded upon his residence. He is a black and white gentleman of advanced years with luminous green eyes and a most discerning expression. His markings are symmetrical, dramatic even, as though carefully designed rather than grown. When I approached, he did not flee. He blinked slowly, as if acknowledging my presence while reserving judgment. I've been informed by the superintendent that he just sort of belongs to the building, which I find deeply unsettling. Nevertheless, he has taken to joining me during recordings, settling nearby whenever I speak into the microphone. I've decided to call him Nez. Now, I realize I may be reading far too much into things. After all, San Myshuno is a melting pot of cultures, dialects, and wardrobe choices, and the Smiths have done nothing to suggest they are anything other than a perfectly normal family pursuing perfectly normal aspirations. Still, I cannot help notice that the streetlights outside our building flicker ever so slightly when Mr. Smith passes beneath them. Or that the snow near the balcony seems to melt in curious circular patterns, or that young Johnny appears to hum in a frequency that causes Nez's ears to twitch. But I'm sure that's all perfectly explainable. Yes, perfectly explainable Nez, however, seems less convinced. He's taken to sitting in the front window each night, staring not at the skyline, but at the sky itself. And this evening, for the first time since moving in, he hissed, not at me, not at a noise, but at something above the clouds. I imagine it's nothing, just city lights, or perhaps an aircraft, or perhaps swamp gas. In any case, dear listeners, I look forward to getting to know the Smith family better in the weeks ahead. And should anything unusual occur, you will of course hear it here first. This has been Jeffery Crumplebottom and Nez reporting from San Myshuno. Good night and dag dag. You've been listening to another chapter of SimsVille, an unofficial fan-made audio drama inspired by The Sims. We are not affiliated with, endorsed by, or sponsored by Electronic Arts or Maxis. This episode may include short audio segments from the games used strictly for artistic and transformative purposes under fair use. All names, voices, and audio assets remain the property of their respective copyright holders. Featuring the talents of Jeffrey Woods as Jeffery Crumplebottom, Raymond Leslie as the voice of Landgraab Industries, who totally assured us that this message is not an ad, and Sonny the Tragic Clown, who voiced himself. Be sure to check out Raymond Leslie at Ray the Unusual on most social media platforms. If you enjoyed your stay in SimsVille, please rate, review, follow, and share the show. Your support keeps the town running and keeps Jeffrey's needs bars from dipping dangerously into the red.